Yeah, man. It's at the dawn of a brand new beginning. For the community, it's a bright horizon. Hey, it is community focus, community focus. Yes, it's for you, me, yes, it's for us. Just tune in, tell a friend and join us to discuss topics that affect us, whether personal or political, local or international. It is a platform for us to build from, so the community can grow to be strong. To the host, Raymond Dugue, Michael Duncan, two of our honorary humanitarian. It's real and it no bogus. Stand against those who stand against us. When situation rough and get tedious, get tedious, get tedious. Community focus, community focus. Community, yo, we have to adjust. Community focus, community focus. Ask the Almighty, Him will guide us. Community focus, community focus. Live up.
Marcus Garvey words come to pass. Marcus Garvey words come to pass. Can't get no food to eat. Can't get no money to spend. Oh, can't get no food to eat. Can't get no money to spend. Oh. Come, little one, oh, let me do what I can for you. And you, hello. Come, little one, come. Oh, let me do what I can for you, but you alone. Oh, you know the right hand do it now. Shall be spanked with many stripes, weeping and wailing and mourning. You got yourself to rest. I tell you, to right. I beg you, oh, tell you to do right. Beg you to do right. Oh.
Good evening. Good evening, and welcome to the Community Focused Radio Show as part of the UNIA ROC Media. ROC standing for the Restaurant Owners Corporation. We are live broadcasting from our studios at the FACA ROC. That's the Federation of African, Caribbean, and American Restaurant Owners Corp. The 15,000 square foot warehouse that we, Black people from Southeast Queens, UNIA inspired, built this warehouse. It's got all the dry goods, fish, meats, produce, and vegetables you can imagine. And how did we do this? Did we pray? Did we sing? Did we expect handouts? No. We just followed the philosophy. We just followed the opinions. We just followed the vision of the Honorable Marcus Mosiah Garvey. Black people, beloved, everything will work. Everything does work. All you've got to do is embrace one God, one aim, one destiny, and of course, race first. Anyway, the host of this medium is the President General of the UNIA. Yesterday, we spoke with him. He was in Caicos as part of Turks and Caicos. Well, now he's no longer. He's in transit. We're talking about the Honorable Michael R. Duncan. Greetings, President General. How are you? Oh, I don't hear. I don't hear you, President General. I hope everything is okay. I see you, but I don't hear you. Hold on. Our trusted engineer is going to come and resolve this. Okay. President General, I see you loud and clear. You're wearing a nice African shirt as usual with the color purple. So for those that are able to see you, they can appreciate it. Okay. Anyway, today's Tuesday, September 26, 2023. And we're in the studios, and it's absolutely beautiful, lovely. The engineers done an excellent job. The servers, the internet people have done an excellent job. And this is just the beginning. Brothers and sisters, we implore everyone. President General, can you hear us? Oh, I don't hear you. I see you, but I do not hear you, President General. I hope all is well. Uh, anyway, while we're working that out, I implore everyone, come into the Rock. Well, come and shop at the Rock. But while you're shopping at the Rock, you can see these studios. Oh, brothers and sisters, you know where you feel a better day is coming, where you know it's there. Well, this is what this studio represents. This is just the beginning. As we solidify, as we what do you want, perfect everything, this will be easily 24/7 where we can reach everyone. So please come on. You can actually access us directly from the website, not just YouTube. You can go on YouTube and enter UNIA Rock Media, or you can go to our website, www.unia-aclgovernment.com. You see, when you first come on, you see a beautiful video in gray tones of Mr. Garvey. President General, can you hear us?
Yes, I'm hearing you, brother. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing well. How are you? It's always a pleasure to see you. I guess you're back in the United States. Is that correct?
Yes, I'm actually in the Atlanta airport. I'm waiting for a flight. So if you hear any noise in the background, it's because I'm within the borders of the airport.
Okay, good. So how was so what did you do today as you were departing? Well, last night, I know you called me after the radio show. You were at a function, correct? In Caicos.
Right, you're right. I was at a function, and after I came off the radio, I went and I completed the function. Now we just relaxed for the rest of the morning. We woke up this morning, took care of some final things, say our goodbyes, and then I just head to the airport.
Okay.
But as I was leaving again, you know, I had to go into a store in the airport that says that is owned by a Haitian sister. And then when I'm checking in, one of the representatives there called me to check me in, and the first thing he asked me if I'm Jamaican, and I said, "Of course I'm Jamaican." He said I could tell, and that's why I called you.
How could
So
he
I asked him,
tell?
he said by him just looking at me, he
Oh,
knew I was
please.
Jamaican.
Oh, come on. President, no, I'm not going to take that. He just looked at you and said, "You've got to be Jamaican."
Exactly.
Oh, okay. Go, continue.
So I went over to him, and
No,
he
no, but
was
hold it.
talk.
You didn't correct him and tell him you're an African born in Jamaica? I can't believe it.
Of course,
Okay,
of
okay.
course, you know, I have to tell him that I'm an
Okay.
African born in Jamaica, and he was quite excited. Then he went on to say that old saying, Jamaicans have a saying that they say, nowhere is better than yard, meaning
Okay.
that there is nowhere else in the world that is better than Jamaica.
Okay.
So I said to him, if that's the case, so what are you doing in Turks and Caicos?
And what was
he
the
said,
answer?
he said, you know, the dollars is actually more here.
Wow.
So you see the fact, Brother Raymond, sometimes our people, most of the time, be it from any one of these countries, people really don't want to leave their homes. If
Excuse me.
all was equal, most people would rather staying home
Of
where
course.
they live, the place they love. But unfortunately, because of circumstances, and in these cases, financial circumstances, most of our people have to leave their home and go elsewhere. In this case, it's another brother I see here who had to leave Jamaica to go to Turks and Caicos. And that's why I'm saying is that we as a people, we as the UNIA, that has to be one of our job that we're going to target and to advocate for our people all around the world, whichever country they live in, and they're being misused and abused and taken advantage like this by their various government. We have to play a role and advocate um, for these people, just like when Mr. Garvey issued those declaration of the rights of the Negro people of the world. We as the UNIA, we're going to have to defend and support and advocate for our people because we see them traveling all over the place, sometimes just to make a few dollars more. And we have to change that, brother.
Okay. President General, of course, this is a setup question. Number one, is there a Black association that can defend and protect and advocate for our interests? And if there is, where is it and how can we join it? Please answer.
Well, it's the association, it's the government that Mr. Garvey created over 100 years ago. This government is still here. It operated as a government in years gone. We can do the same thing again because our people need a body that's going to advocate for them, that's going to organize and build for them. And that's the role that we have been chosen to play, brothers and sisters. That's why we say to you that to properly advocate for our people, we need each and every one of us to join ranks, to play a role, to make that difference. And that's what we're here for. And as I said, it's not only in the US or Haiti or Jamaica we're advocating for. We're advocating for our people in Ghana, all over Africa. And we spoke specifically about Jamaica and Ghana because we don't believe, but we know that these two countries, they have the resources to do better, to do much better for their people. When I was in Qatar last December, I saw an enormous amount of Ghanaians in Qatar. And what they were working for, Brother Raymond, sometimes was $300 per month. Imagine you have to leave the comfort of your home from Ghana to go to Qatar to work for $300 a month. What is that saying? What is that saying about our government? What is that saying, Brother Duguay?
And this has to be stated. It's the 300 is actually a major improvement of what they were getting, what they could be getting in Ghana. So if 300 is considered almost luxury, what was the standard? Meaning, again, and again, we really need to stand up for our people. And this is not going to happen by itself. So, President General, keeping that thought in mind, I have to ask you, is the UNIA, is it an international organization or is it strictly North America? Please answer.
It's an international organization, government worldwide. We want to have, again, representative in every country where African people live, because we have to advocate for each and every one of them. And if there's not a UNIA division in your city, your state, your country, brothers and sisters, you can create one. You can make one there so we can advocate for the people. No one is making the cry for Africans. So if no one is making the cry for Africans, we Africans have to build Africa so Africa can advocate for our people, brothers and sisters.
President General, I have this brother from Uganda who found me. He's been texting me through WhatsApp. I've suggested to him to use Signal, but he didn't do it yet. But he calls me. And so I've been emailing him all the information. And he wants to know about the $3 per month. Because, you know, the membership dues are $3 per month. 3 times 12 is 36. Plus the one-time registration fee of $10. And then the annual tax. So 36 plus 10 plus 10 is 56. And so I responded to but the brother's so excited. I said, no, forget money. Let's not even talk about money. Let's talk about orientation. Let's talk about getting to know what the UNIA can do. And so I've been asking him to attend the orientation course being done by our dear brother, our professor, Brother Oster. And so, but President General, the thing is, he's so excited. I've been sending him, and he calls me after I send him things. He calls me. You have to understand, it's 7 hours time difference. So sometimes he's calling me like at 5 in the morning, his time, because once he gets it, oh boy, he gets up and he's so excited. And you can see he just wants to give. So President General, I think you're going to have to put Uganda on your list, because if we have to go visit our people wherever they are. Please respond.
Well, and Brother Raymond, over the next 5 years, I have to visit every African state. I have to visit every African state, and I want to visit every Caribbean island where our people live. So we have a lot of traveling to do. You know, last year was good. We visited Senegal. We visited.
We lost you, President General. We lost you, engineer. I think there's no sound. I do not hear you at all. I hope all is well. Wow, we're having some technical issues here. President General, I see you, but I do not hear you at all. Okay. Welcome to the Community Focus radio show as part of the UNIA Rock Media, broadcast to you live right now today from the FACA Rock Studios of the FACA Rock, the Federation of African, Caribbean, American, and Restaurant Owners Corporation. Go ahead. We couldn't hear. We couldn't hear a word you were saying, President General. Restate everything.
Wow.
Yeah.
What time did you miss me?
When I asked you about Uganda, and you mentioned for the next 5 years you're going to visit every African country and every Caribbean island. That was the last thing I heard.
Yeah. At least the sub-Saharan countries.
Thank you. Good correction. Good correction. Okay, go ahead. Because I don't go to those other places. I know you're a warm and fuzzy guy, but some places I don't visit. It's simple as that. But go ahead, President General.
Well, that's why I haven't gone to Egypt yet, brother.
No, Egypt is different. Whoa, now that's Kemet. No, like Algeria, Tunisia, Morocco. Nah, we don't do Algeria. They're not for us. Mauritania, but Kemet, they took that, and that's where the research is. In fact, my next trip, as I said, I have to do. It's a 3-step process. Is to go into Sudan. Oh, you kidding? That's the heart of the land. But anyway, we're going to Ethiopia, President General. So so it's all there. But go ahead. What were you saying after you mentioned that?
No, I'm saying is that, but I want to cover all these grounds, because we have to formulate divisions in each and every one of these countries. If we're going to advocate for our people, we have to have a strong base in each and every one of those countries. That when we're advocating and fighting and organizing with the brothers and sisters in that general area for their benefits in that area. And as I said, I'm just committed to visiting every African country and every island in the Caribbean where our people live, because again, it's contingent on us to organize and build and create a value system that our people can value themselves, value their life, value their culture, value their heritage, and make it a better tomorrow for our people.
President General, first of all, did you get a chance to see the video of Sunday's showing of the Marcus Garvey parade?
Yes, as a matter of fact, I just finished watching it before the show started.
Okay. What did you think of our keynote speaker? That's you, sir. What did you think? In case you didn't know who the keynote speaker was, what did you think of his message? What he had to say? Go ahead.
Well, brother, they say self-praise is no recommendation. But I think I made it clear to our people what we need to do. My job is to speak to our brothers and sisters to motivate them, but also to plan and build. And that's why we're here. We have to always push our people and guide them into that mindset to creating that self-reliant economic base. And of course, it must be based in race first. Brothers and sisters, we see everyone. We see the Japanese making the cry
Yes,
for
sir.
Japan. We see the English making the cry for England, Italy
Yes, sir.
making the cry for the Italian, and of course, the Chinese making the cry for China. All we are saying, we Africans, we are making the cry for Africa, for
Yes,
the
sir.
Africans, those at home and those abroad, brothers and sisters, without any with any apology to the powers that be.
President General, Brother Everett Winchester, you know, the Minister of Information, also President of Division 106, the
Yeah.
Barker Clark Division, sent me a text this morning, like 7:30. He says,
Yes.
race first and good morning. Energy is pumped after watching parade. Let's make it bigger. President General, I hope you appreciated that video to see what was going on in the parade. I mean, this is just a couple weeks planning. Imagine a whole year planning that we've already started. Your thoughts and what can you expect on August 17, 2024, Saturday in Harlem? Go right ahead.
Oh, well, we're looking to bring out at least 10,000 people, and we're saying to our listeners, it doesn't matter where you are, we want you to make way to Harlem August 17th next year, and we're going to make it so big, so gigantic. It's going to make such a difference that after that day, things will change as you know it for African people. We're going back into that stage in America, that period where African people were successful, strong under the movement of the Honorable Marcus Garvey. We are going back to that period again. Since that period was an exciting and great time for us, we're moving back to that period under Garvey and Garveyism to strengthen our base, strengthen our community, to build our people.
President General, your thoughts on those three young Africans? We're talking Chantel's son, your grandson, and of course, young Jonathan. What were your thoughts on their reciting of the UNIA official pledge? Go right ahead.
Well, the children want to know, the children want to learn, but unless we create that environment that they can learn about themselves, learn about their history, their culture, then they're going to deviate from it, and we don't want that. Therefore, we have to always bring them. We got to bring them to the meetings. We have to bring them to the programs. We got to let them play a role in this process, or they will go by the wayside. But you see what happened when we prepare our children,
Yes, sir.
and the difference they can make. I totally enjoyed them doing that pledge for African people.
And you know, we do it at every Math Academy session, and of course the meetings. You had to see Sunday. We called upon young Jonathan. He had a beautiful African crown, beautiful African dashiki. He came up,
Yes.
you know, a little bit shy and timid, but then he delivered. You had to see it. So he cited and we recited. So, President General, you know, I'm thinking the first time I ever heard you recite the Atlanta letter. I think you were being honored. The congressman, it was out somewhere, Russo's on the Bay, and I was taking pictures. This is like 2005, President General. I'm thinking about that. We're in 2023, and everybody knows the Atlanta letter. Everybody knows I shall be a terror to the foes of Black liberty. What do you have to say about that, sir? Go right ahead.
Oh, well. Then we have to keep Garvey and Garveyism alive. And uh, as as you said, we should be the biggest plagiarizer of Mr. Garvey because it's honoring him. It's making sure that we never give up his work. It's making sure that we never stop supporting what he did. Uh, we must never stop canonizing him because he was so great. And we should never forget Marcus Garvey because we don't only believe, but we know if we teach our children about Garvey and Garveyism, they're less likely to turn the guns on themselves as they're doing today. So we will continue promoting the words and the works of the Honorable Marcus Messiah Garvey.
Okay, President General, I want to switch gears a bit. Your last thoughts on Turks and Caicos, because it seems that you rested, you enjoyed. How was the seafood, by the way? That's what they specialize in. How was the food and the seafood?
Yes, they have a lot of seafood there. Turks and Caicos was a part of the Bahamas.
That's right.
So they do a whole lot of conch fritted, conch soup,
Conch
in many
salad.
different
I've
ways.
had conch salad.
Conch,
Yes, yes.
yeah. And I think fish, especially conch, is one of the main thing that they export. But as I see it, I have to wonder, and I have to wonder if these people want independence. There was a brother that I was speaking to on Saturday morning, and I posed that question to him. He said to me, yes, they want independence. However, he doesn't think that they're ready for it because one thing, they don't produce anything there. And the fact that they don't produce anything there, he doesn't think that they are ready. But one have to realize that you always have to be ready for your freedom. You always have to be ready for self-reliance and see what you can explore. But to them, they're getting an okay salary. And to them, they're living okay. So they can't comprehend, they can't see, they can't vision anything else being better than what they're getting now. And what they're getting now is not that great. It's just that the system just let them believe that it's great. If you train someone long enough with nonsense, they will start accepting the nonsense
Yes, sir.
as greatness. So for me, I was somewhat disappointed in that to see that they feel this way. However, it's our job to continue the work of Mr. Garvey, just like everybody else, to make that difference. So I say to you, we have to move forward and we have to teach them, Brother Dugue. We have a lot of work to be done. So as I say again, I am sure we're going to see a lot more places like Turks and Caicos. But then again, we're going to have to visit all these places. We're going to have some conversations that's not being had. And we're going to move towards making UNIA division in all these places so our people can hear our message, can hear the words and work and understand that of Mr. Garvey. So again, it's our job, brother.
President General, Henrietta Vinton Davis. She was a Black Star Line director. She was the fourth assistant president general. She, under the guidance of Mr. Garvey, established the Black Cross Nurses. But most people may not be aware, she was the very first international organizer. And other than Mr. Garvey, Henrietta Vinton Davis was responsible for creating and establishing a lot of divisions, and especially the international divisions. Henrietta Vinton Davis went to IET, was in Panama, had visited Jamaica. So, meaning, President General, at this point, I think you are serving as our international organizer, and I'm like your assistant. But we really have to start thinking big. People don't realize that Mr. Garvey was paid. I mean, he had a salary because the UNIA could produce for itself. Henrietta Vinton Davis was the second highest paid person in the UNIA. And we know this because it's in the records of the convention. So all of this we will be able to discuss. But President General, how can we get, I know you're the international organizer and you're doing a great job. And you can throw in our ambassador, Josue Camilla. He's doing a great job. How do we move past that, President General? How soon can we start, reaping profits from Liberty Farm, to be able to do all of that? Please help us, direct us to this.
Well, next year we will be reaping profits from Liberty Farm because of what we're preparing now and what we're getting done now. Not only are we planting and growing vegetables on Liberty Farm, but next year we're going to start producing from the factory. We're going to start producing Gary, which is a starch food that's eaten in West Africa. And next to rice, it's basically what's the number 2 staple. And people consume it a lot. And people who can't afford rice, they eat a lot of Gary. So we're going to be producing an enormous amount of Gary. In addition to selling the Gary in the West African region, we will be selling Gary here in the United States because we have people buy it. Plus, we will be producing bammies in Liberia and getting them to the Rock. As you know, from time to time, we just can't get enough bammies here.
Oh, yes.
And we're growing an enormous amount of cassava. We also have available from farmers, cassava farmers, and an enormous amount of cassava that we can buy. So we would make an unlimited amount of bammies, bring them here to the shores of North America, and be the main distributor of these bammies. We're going to be manufacturing coconut oil. We have the equipment and the factory space for it. Those things we're going to be bringing here, in addition to a lot more things that we are going to grow and produce. We're looking for a year and a half, say, down the road to start processing pineapples, pineapple juice, pineapple slices. We are having chicken on the chicken on the farm where we have layers and the layers are laying eggs. We will be selling chicken to the local market again. So on Liberty Farm, things are going well. All the things are in places, the right places for us to start seeing profits that we can turn over and invest in Africa for the Africans.
President General, 2 quick questions. Does it always come down to economics, self-reliance, race first? Please answer that first of all.
Brother Raymond, you bring it even to your personal level. Economics is so very important because if your economical situation is not right, you can't take care of your family. And what is a man, or who is a man who is unable to take care of his family? So if your economics not in order, your family won't even respect you. Because if you can't take care of them, if you can't provide food and shelter for your family, then you're losing. You are one step behind already. And when we speak about a nation, when we speak about a people, when we speak about a country, anyone who relies on assistance from someone else sooner or later dies. So if we're relying on someone else to provide for us, to buy for us, to build for us, then it's a losing cause. So economics is so important. But when you're practicing economics, it has to be under the banner of the race first, where you're buying and selling first from people who look like you, from people who live in the same area with you. So the dollar goes around and not leave at 5 p.m. after it comes in at 9 a.m.
President General, I said I had two quick questions. You answered the first one. Second one is, I asked you about how soon can we expect profits, this and that, about international organizer, what Henrietta Vinton Davis brought to the table. But President General, and I want you to restate this and confirm this for our listeners. Are you saying that we're building Liberty Farm to build the UNIA? Please answer
Of
that.
course. Of course.
This is not about personal profit. It's not about putting dollars in our pocket. This is to rebuild our nation. Yes or no, sir?
Brother Raymond, I can feed my family. And the basic things that any family wants, your wife and your children want from you, is to be able to afford the basic things in life.
Yes, sir.
And we're able to afford the basic things in life. So how much more do we need? So we have to make sure the rest of our income goes into building the race. All the basic things that I need to do, Brother Duge, I can do them for myself. Anything that I need, I can take care of those needs for myself. And my
your family. So they're covered.
If I need to travel 6 times for the month, I can do it. If I need to go here, go there, or do anything, that I can do it. So what more do we need? What we need is to make sure that our brothers and sisters are on the same level as us. So we have to put in the infrastructure that's going to make it easier for our brothers and sisters to own business, do commerce among each other, so we can start owning the major business places within our communities where we live, so our culture can be there for the next 500 years. Brother Duge, stop and think for a minute. Stop and think about any major street that you know in the Black community, in any cities that we live here in North America. And think about it. First, we
can talk Merrick Boulevard. Let's talk Merrick Boulevard.
Let's think about Merrick Boulevard. Yeah, Brother Raymond, if you go up and down Merrick Boulevard, you will see a few stores with Caribbean islands on it, Jamaica, Haiti, Trinidad. But then at the same time, you see a Muslim store. You see a Jewish store. You see an Italian store.
See Chinese. You see Korean
Indian store. You see Chinese. You see Korean. So just think that if right now a storm should come, a tsunami should come and hit this area, and 50 years from now, researchers come trying to decipher what type of people lived here 50 years ago. Based on the signs, they would not be sure. They would not be sure that we as African people, they would not be sure that it was African people who really lived there and dominate them. But if this were to happen in Chinatown, and they go back 50 years, 100 years from now, they could tell that Chinese people live there. If this was happened in a Jewish community, they could tell, because the signs, the businesses hold the signs that represent the people who live in these communities. So we have to make sure we change those things. We have to make sure we not only own the homes in our communities, but we must own the businesses on the major thoroughfares in our communities.
President General, keeping that line in thought, September 10th, 2023, this year, it was the day before September 11th. Your birthday was September 11th. You're celebrating 60 years on the planet. September 10th, you threw a really big party, spent a ton of money, and you honored others. All of this was to get, 15, 20, 30 minutes to preach Garvey and Garveyism? Explain that to me. Why do that?
Well, you have to realize that, Brother Duge, when people are looking to you for leadership, you have to really lead. And remember, leadership must stick to a cause, if only because the cause is right. Leadership must know no price. Leadership must be honest, but most importantly, Brother Dugue, leadership must be the ranks from you and I. And we must be able to inspire the people who are following us. We have to show them how to lead, because if we don't show them, if they look at us as leaders and we're being selfish and we're only thinking about ourselves, then when they step forward to lead, they will be doing the same thing. But if we're leading, showing that we put the people first, we must lead and show them that when we're leading our people must understand dearly that we are here to serve them and not them to serve us. Because that's a mistake in many areas, where we have the people them serving us instead of us serving them. So once a group puts you forward as the leader, your job is to serve them every single time. So in my party, my people should not be coming to serve me or to honor me, but I should be honoring them for giving me this platform to stand on, for they becoming the base from which I stand. Because without these people who are giving you your support, say, for example, take my personal business, Jamaica Breeze. You know how many of these people from the community come into Jamaica Breeze every single day to spend money? And when they spend money with Jamaica Breeze, they're making me stronger financially.
Yes, sir.
They're making me be able to do the things that I want to do, the things I need to do. So these are the people who you have to honor. And on September 10th, that was just a small indication of what we need to do. But again, remember, we are here to serve our people.
President General, leading up to your that party, several people called me asking me, since I know you so well, what does he need for a gift? Brother Mitch called me and said, Brother Dugue, I can't go empty-handed. I said, yes, you can. Just come with your heart. Brother Vic called me and said, no, I got to get the President General something. I said, he's not looking for that. He's looking to serve. And so I hope everyone was happy. President General, before we continue, I have to inform you, I have to do a shout out to Ross I. Brother Ross I, last night, he was eating some snapper. He was talking and eating at the same time. He said it was the best snapper he's ever had. So I said, no, the best snapper is at Jamaica Breeze. So President General, when you get back, when he comes down to visit me, we have to take him to Jamaica Breeze Linden, so he can really enjoy snapper as it is cooked. So big shout out to Ross I. We're waiting for you. We'll be dealing with you. And also, the Ethiopian and Kenya itinerary will be sent before midnight. It's all done. I'll send it out to our travelers. You know what to expect. It's going to be fantastic. Okay, President General, a quick segue. About this international organizing. Can we do this without being financially solvent? Like, you're able to travel all over the planet, and I travel not all over, but half the planet. Can we do this if we're struggling, if we're not financially solvent? Please answer.
Because there are no free tickets. There are no free meals. Unfortunately, in this environment we live in, you have to be able to pay for the things you want. You have to be able to pay for the things you need. It just doesn't happen. So again, whenever anyone find a way to do that, they need to let me know.
Okay, lastly, it seems that you're about to disappear, so let me get you on this. President General, we talk about race first all the time, and you have your family, you have your personal business, but you have the Rock. As you've always told me, the Rock is the most important endeavor that you're involved in, because that's for the race. President General, what can we tell our listeners who are still not convinced that we put the race in front of our own personal family, that we put the race before our wives, before our children? Go ahead. Please answer that.
The only thing we can do we just have to show them. We just have to show them because people are going to judge us based on the things we do. So for me, Brother Raymond, all I'm saying that we just have to be consistent doing what we're doing, how we going to do it, and just consistently. Um, those who can see sooner or those who can see it now, sooner or later, they will. So I am quite confident that we will achieve that status. I'm quite confident that our people will see for themselves and make that difference. So I am confident, my brother.
Okay.
And we just have to show them that people are looking for leadership. And if we want the people to follow, then we have to lead.
Okay. President General, before I let you go, throughout this session today, when I asked you some questions and you answered it, there was a big smile on my face. And I hope our listeners can appreciate that. All we do is recite Mr. Garvey. I mean, this is the greatest. When President General is talking about the ranks of leadership must come from the ranks of you and I, we know, I mean, this is Garvey. So President General, will you ever stop plagiarizing the Honorable Marcus Mosiah Garvey? Please answer that.
Brother Raymond, when something is great, you never give it up. You just have to keep doing it. You just have to keep using it. You just have to keep building on it. It's our job to do it. And as I said, Mr. Garvey left the black prints for us. If we stop using those black prints, then we are stupid. So I will never stop.
Oh, President General, you're killing me. You're killing me with Mr. Garvey. Okay, President General, before I know you have to go now. President, I've just got to ask you this. So is July 20th both in Kingston and both in Southeast Queens? Are they like a warmer up for the big one on August 17th? Please answer that.
Has to be, definitely. That's the focus. That's where we're taking it. We're building it, and we're going to be going everywhere our people live to make that difference. And every year we will be going to a different country because we want it to happen for our people, and we're going to make it happen. It's dependent upon you, brother. It's dependent upon me, and we're going to make it happen.
You know why I'm laughing and smiling? Because I see you just got in your seat. I mean, this is incredible. He's getting on the plane and he's still conducting community focus. So, President General, okay, last question. Do you realize, because, part of organization, of government, of any entity, you always have to look down the road, always plan, always utilize everything for your own benefit. President General, do you realize that August 17 of 2025, not 2024, 2025 is on a Sunday, just like July 20th of 2025 is on a Sunday. So have you looked down the road? Have you already figured out where you're going to be, what you're going? Well, August 17th, we have to celebrate Mr. Garvey, but July 20th of 2025, what country do you plan on invading for July 20th? That's on a Sunday in 2025.
And any country where African people live, any country where African people live, and I would rather it be a country we don't already have a UNIA division, so we can create one there.
There it is. Okay, so July 20, 2025, the President General is not saying where he's going to be at, but wherever it is, it's going to be a black country. So we've got to go do that. Okay, President General, your last words before you have to take off.
Well, the thing is, Brother Raymond, because we have dedicated to be in New York on August 17th
Of course.
every year, then we're going to use another very important day, which is July 20th, to do what we have to do around the world.
Okay, there you have it. And of course, June 23rd of 2024 is on a Sunday. So all roads lead into the gravesite of Carlos Cox. I'll be personally in charge of that. I mean, President General, I can't wait to have a ceremony for Carlos Cooks. I mean, come on. God will my aunt will look down on me and say, good job. So June 23rd, Sunday, big day. We'll be at the graveside of Carlos A. Cooks. Okay, President General, I'm whatever you'd like to say in the last, because I know you're getting ready to take off. So, quickly, what's going on in Liberty Farm? Because yesterday when I spoke to you, you told me you had a conference call with Liberty Farm. What's going on in Liberty Farm?
No, yeah, well, the farm manager, I have a general meeting with him every Monday for
Okay.
him to give me an update of what transpired within the last week. So every Monday we do that, and things are really growing. The vegetables them are going in the ground. We're planting corn. We're planting cassava because, as you know,
Hold it, President General. Have I ever had corn from Liberty Farm? I don't think so.
I think you had peach and it was raw. So you had it raw.
Raw. Okay. I've
Yeah.
had. Okay. Go ahead. Continue. I'm sorry. So
Yeah.
anyway, so what's the status?
Yeah, so all these things that this gentleman is putting in place, the vegetables, the peppers, the tomatoes, as we grow more pepper in the future, we're going to look to make certain type of seasoning like jerk season there and send them to the rock as well. So the possibilities are endless.
Let me ask you.
And yes.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead, brother.
President General, I sent you a proposal today, and I contacted our ambassador to get an idea. We're talking about converting sugarcane into sugar and molasses into sugar. He was telling me that you need a lot more land than what he's seeing in Curacao. President General, what plans do you have or do we have to expand Liberty Farm? Because we need a lot more land. Go ahead, please answer. Can you answer that at this point?
Yeah, we just want to start the production on Liberty Farm. And once we get the production started, we know we're going to need a whole lot of things, more products. But what I have done, I've organized myself with a brother. You remember that brother who lives in Wisconsin?
Yes.
He has a farm and he has a lot. So I have been growing cassava for us. I have been growing a lot of things for us. So the land is available there. We just want to start the production, and the production will determine how much more space we're going to need. But the space is there. The space can be had. So we're looking forward to building.
Okay, quickly. You said Gary, is a second staple. Rice is number one, Gary's number two. Gary also uses cassava. Which is more cost effective to grow, rice or cassava?
I think rice.
Okay.
Gary, to grow the cassava there in Liberia, it grows there better than any place else.
Okay.
And of the whole of Liberia, it grows better in Grand Bassa County than any other county.
Okay, and that's where Liberty Farm is located. Continue.
Yes, right. So we're looking forward to that, and it's just build. When the group comes in February, they will be amazed.
Wow. I mean, President General, every time I'm there, I'm amazed. So when you're telling me, I will be amazed. I mean, the sky's the limit. And I know Brother Victor will be amazed because every time he's there, it's like we were there a couple weeks ago and it's so good. So, President General, lastly, and this relates to Curacao and this also relates to Turks and Caicos. President General, if all of these places, everything grows and it grows so easily, do we ever stop to wonder why we have to import? Well, we know the answer. I mean, that's obvious. But you're talking about evil, how they can mislead us to have us believe to import foods where these are tropical places where for Liberia, all you got to do is throw it on the ground and it grows. And then we're still importing. I mean, that speaks to their strength, that they can convince us of falling for that okie doke. So, President General, I guess we're not going to fall for that because we're Garveyites. Please expand on that.
Yeah, and that's why in Liberia, brother, we're not telling the people. We're showing the people because we can't just tell our people anymore.
Mm.
We have to show them, and that's the purpose of building Liberty Farm. As a matter of fact, next week Monday, we will be getting 4 students from the university to do their internship, their field work on Liberty Farm.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Make sure to let them know of our academy and the books we've written so they know what they're getting into. Congratulations. Excellent. Excellent, sir. Okay. Okay. President General, lastly, uh, I haven't read much on the upcoming elections in Liberia, but it's safe to say our president is going to win. Yes?
Yes, everyone is confident, but the president is not taking anything for granted. He's working like a workhorse.
Mm.
He's all over the country.
Wow.
Yesterday he was in the county named Bami,
Yes, I'm
and
familiar
I
with it.
spoke
You
to my
took me
sister
there.
while
Mhm.
yes, so while she was there. So he's not taking anything for granted, and he's
Okay.
making it happen.
Okay. Quickly, has he had it? How many times has he been visiting Maryland County? Because that's really like by Cote d'Ivoire.
Yeah, well, I'm not sure about Maryland. I think they went to Grand Jude, but before the election, they'll be going whichever county they didn't go to as yet. They but they will be going there.
Okay. You mentioned Grand Jita. President General, don't take this personal, but that's a place I don't think I'm ever going back to unless you fly me there. No, thanks, but no thanks.
Well,
14 hours of
well,
death.
well. The good thing is, say, Brother Raymond, the roads are being fixed,
Okay.
and once that happens, it will take us 6 hours to get there.
Oh, that's a big difference. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, I can do that. Brothers and sisters who are listening, at one point, we were driving no more than 6, 7 miles an hour because that's the fastest you could drive. It was muddy, it was during the rain season, and it was treacherous. So, President General, good. Well, in that case, I'll make the trek. But after that commute, I said never again. I said I thought I was gonna die. I said no, that was not cool. But okay. Lastly, President General, Liberia, 2024, February 16th. When we arrive, well, February 16th is Ghana, but by the time we arrive to Liberia, uh, please confirm that Raymond Duguay will be getting his Liberian passport and citizenship. Please confirm that.
No doubt, you will use your passport when you're coming back.
President General, I can't thank you enough to have an African passport in my hands. So, brothers and sisters, please come to Africa with us. There's, all of this. We're in the right place at the right time. We've got the right president of Liberia. We've got the right president general. So, President General, where's October 20, getting ready to Kenya and Ethiopia. What are your thoughts on that before I let you go?
So to be visiting these countries, it's not only physically rewarding, but spiritually,
Mm.
it's rewarding as well. To be visiting Kenya, which most, if the Garden of Eden did exist, that's where it existed. And to be visiting Ethiopia, the mother of civilization,
Yes, sir.
it's an honor.
Okay, there you have it. Okay, President General, we'd like to. I didn't think you'd be able to stay this long. I thought you'd already be on takeoff. Okay, it's that time. So please repeat after me, all Africans in the UNIA Rock Media land. Africa.
Africa,
For the Africans.
for the Africans,
Those at home.
those at home,
And those abroad.
and those abroad.
One God, one aim,
One aim
and one destiny.
and one destiny.
And of course, race first all the time. Long live Jean-Jacques Dessalines, Carlos Cox, Marcus Mosiah Garvey, the Honorable Michael R. Duncan, the UNIA, Africa and Africans. See you when you get back in New York tomorrow. Have a good night, sir. And convey greetings to Sister Sophie for me.
Good night. Thank you.
Okay, there you have it. September 26, 2023. Community focus of the UNIA Rock Media is finished. Have a good night. Bye-bye.
The Community Focus Show is brought to you by Jamaica Breeze.